Please hang up and try again.
Hey, what's up everyone? Louis Tran here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Now, this is Samsung's follow-up to the Note 7, which was disastrous last year because of the fact that it had an exploding battery and it had to be recalled. If you've been traveling, airlines are prohibiting you to carry that onto their flights. But now their follow-up launch product is the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Lots of improvements, lots of issues that have been addressed. Early reviews of the S8 Plus and the S8 have been positive. However, a lot of those reviews are just after a week or two's worth of use. Now, I like to try to review my smartphones for at least a month or two. Now we're going to 3 months of using this, and we're going to take a look at how well it stacks up. Now, we're actually in a weird time period, a weird part of the year where we're in between launches of the iPhone 8, which is coming in September, October, and also the Note 8, which is also coming around September and October. So we're going to take a look to see how this fared over the past few months, and if it's still worth getting, or should you wait for the next generation of devices. So let's get right into the review.
First, here's a quick unboxing. Samsung doesn't cut any corners on the packaging. They let it be known that this is a premium product. Once you slip outside the top cover, you flip open what seems to be a magnetic flap and you are greeted by the gorgeous Infinity display. Right under the Samsung 8 Plus, Samsung includes some accessories, the rapid charger, a USB-A to USB-C adapter, and a micro USB to USB-C adapter. And then there's more accessories, including the AKG headphones valued at $100, which is a nice touch. Supposedly these are the best sounding pack-in headphones out there. And of course the USB-C cable to charge. USB-C is now the future, so you can find these on almost all the new laptops coming out this year, except for the ones made by Microsoft. And here's a look at everything out of the box. Lots of people have already said this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This is the best looking smartphone out right now at this very second. I have the Midnight Black version, and it looks absolutely sleek with the body covered in Gorilla Glass, along with the curved edges. The phone also feels solid all around, and it feels great in the hands. The S8 Plus has a 6.2-inch Quad HD screen at 529 pixels per inch and weighs at 173 grams. Now, if you compare that with the iPhone 7 Plus, that has a 5.5-inch HD display and weighs at 188 grams at a similar sized footprint. At the bottom, you have a single speaker grill, bummer, a USB-C port, and Samsung still has the courage to include a headphone jack. On the right side, you have the power button, which can also launch the camera if you press twice, more on that later. And on the left, you have the standard volume buttons. And what the F is this? It's the notorious Bixby button that no one uses, and you can't officially remap this. Ugh. On the back, you have the camera, flash, heart rate sensor, and the oddly placed fingerprint scanner right by the lens. Again, all glass in the back, and of course, it's a fingerprint magnet. With this being Gorilla Glass 5, this is relatively scratch resistant under normal usage, and in my 3 months of using this, my S8 looks good as new, knock on wood. That's because I keep it in the case most of the time. The case that I use is the Spigen Liquid Armor case, which I'll leave the link to it in the description of the video. Anyway, let's flip this back to the front, and let's take a look at the screen. Where's the home button? Samsung has courageously eliminated the need for a physical button, so the front is all just screen. You do have a pressure sensitive software button on the home screen, which works really well.
So let's just get this out of the way, because this is the one question that everybody is most concerned about. Does this lag? Short answer, no.
The Galaxy S8 Plus flies through every app and doesn't lag in my daily usage of social media apps, email, phone calls, videos, etc., you name it. Now I've gone through the ordeal in setting the animations to 0.5 in the developer settings, as well as disable all the haptic feedback, except for the one on the home button, because to me all the vibrations give the phone a laggy feeling. Now there are micro starters from time to time which hand them randomly on occasion. I get micro starters from time to time as well on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, but on this phone it's kind of hard to replicate the stuttering, but I do believe the culprit is having a bunch of Chrome tabs open at once and running Facebook in the background. Even though those two apps open as well as a bunch of apps open all at the same time, the experience has been good for the most part, and I've gone through weeks without rebooting the phone or closing all the apps. The previous annoyances from Samsung phones in the past was TouchWiz. On the Galaxy S8, the heavily skinned Android 7.0 works really well. Navigating through the phone is quite simple, and this is the only Android phone I'd feel comfortable handing off to my mom to use. It's the best looking version of its software, and there's tons of options to customize and themes to download. The only thing you can't customize is the damn Bixby button. At least you can launch Google Now by long pressing the home button. Battery life on the S8 Plus has been consistently good for the past 3 months. I didn't use Samsung's special battery saving settings, but it's good to have if needed. At 3500 milliamps, you can get through an entire workday without ever being tethered to a charger. Also, quick charging and wireless quick charging come in handy when you need to top off.
Now, what good would a phone be if the call quality was crap? You are now listening to the speakerphone of the Galaxy S8 Plus. Even though it is unfortunately a mono speaker, calls still sound loud and clear, although it would be better in stereo.
So we're now going to take a look at the audio and video performance of the Galaxy S8 Plus using the Crunchyroll app. I'm sure you guys know which anime this is, but I'm going to go ahead and hit play for you.
忍びの時代は終わる。ここまでやるとはな、川木。
お前も7代目と同じところへ送ってやるよ、ボルト。
こうなるしかなかったのか。
そうだ。忍びの時代は終わる。
As many reviewers have already stated, the Galaxy S8 camera is one of the best cameras found on a smartphone. It also helps that you can use an SD card to expand your media storage. Once you launch the camera app, you get a simple, familiar interface. However, you can also access a handful of other options. The 12 megapixel rear-facing camera and 8 megapixel wide-angle front-facing camera have been great in taking photos. With the help of optical image stabilization in photos and videos, you don't have to stress too much on having shaky hands. The saturation and colors might be a little too over-exaggerated, but for the most part, I have not been disappointed on how the photos have come out. What would have been nice is if the S8 Plus included a dual lens system like the iPhone 7 Plus. Now that was a missed opportunity for this device. Guess we have to wait for the Note 8. Anyway, here's a look at some of the photos that I've taken. If you need a sample of the video quality in 4K, take a look at my catcock USB adapter for the MacBook Pro review. That was recorded entirely in 4K. Video quality is quite good, but I believe the iPhone 7 Plus video quality gets a slight edge on this one, but I have no complaints. Alright, now let's talk about some of the things that I really like about the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus. First and most obvious besides the design, the screen. The Quad HD display is stunning. Even though it's at 1080 out of the box, it is still one of the better displays out right now. Like all OLED screens, however, the glare gets pretty bad outdoors. But true geeks don't go outside anyway. I also like the fact that this is IP68 water resistant. Sure, I probably won't go swimming with this, but it's good having that peace of mind. Since we're talking about features, this thing is full of them. In fact, there are features for the features. It's crazy. There are multiple ways to unlock this device. You can use the traditional passcode, which is no fun. You can use the iris scanner. You don't have to wait for Apple to innovate facial recognition because it's already available on the S8. And my all-time favorite way to unlock is Smart Lock. Just pair it with a Bluetooth device such as a Galaxy Gear, or even set a trusted location. Hard press the software home button and you're in. Like all the other phones out there, the Galaxy S8 Plus isn't perfect. There's still unnecessary redundant apps on the device such as Gmail and Samsung Mail, Google Photos and Photo Gallery, Google Now and Bixby. It's like Samsung has thrown in a bunch of knockoffs on all the Google apps that are already on there. Samsung's Calendar app, in my opinion, is still garbage. Stick with Google Calendar app or other great options out there. On the plus side of the software, Samsung has been pretty consistent so far in providing updates to their unlocked phones and is keeping up with the carriers, which is great that they're keeping to their commitment.
If you guys can't already tell, I really like the Galaxy S8 Plus. But now that we're about a few months from the Note 8, iPhone 8, and the Pixel 2, is it really worth it to buy this at this time?
If you want the latest and greatest, I'd say wait. It's just a few months away. However, keep in mind that the Note 8 and the iPhone 8 are rumored to be in the thousands. If you're a smart shopper or on a budget, you can already find great deals on the S8 and the S8 Plus. There's always a buy one get one free deal with a carrier, or if you look at Best Buy, you can find the S8 for $575 or the S8 Plus for $675, both unlocked. You can even find better deals open box or use that swapper for even less, bringing it down to the One Plus pricing. With all those features and don't care about stock Android, the S8 and the S8 Plus is definitely more worth it and one of the best phones you can get right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.